Peace, peace, peace to the gods. Pop up live. Expect people to come in maybe a little later or whatever, watch the replay. What I want to talk about today, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. Been an interesting couple of weeks. We've had these 6 planets going retro. These 6 planets in retrograde, which I call them throwbacks. So we had these planets in throwback. The only planet that didn't go retrograde, I believe, was Venus and Mars, right? So these planets that have been going retrograde. Oh, I see some of y'all coming in. Shout out to y'all who are coming in. These planets that have been going retrograde, personally, they have been very, very impactful. And they've been impactful to the point to where I had to go inside the cave. I had to get away from everybody, everything, and kind of reprogram myself. Sorry, it's noisy out here. Big ass fire truck. Had to go out, reprogram myself, reprogram my intentions. But it was very much a cave moment, me going into the cave. Before I continue, I want to say shout out to Dorothy C. Shout out to Dorothy C. I don't want to say your last name, but you know who you are. But I was in the cave. Hey, what's up, Vanita? I was in the cave, and just like Jesus, or the narrative of Jesus, the narrative of Prophet Muhammad, sometimes you got to go within, and you got to escape the world, and you have to go into monk mode. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with me, what's been happening with me, and hopefully this will help someone out there figure out what's going on. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but it's a very, very heavy time. Not to mention everything that's been happening with the mandates. Not to mention everything that's been happening. September, a lot of people lost the rent protection that they had during Corona. A lot of people lost their unemployment, so they lost the funds they were getting during Corona. A lot of people still looking for jobs. The different floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, just a lot of events have been happening and impacting the world as of late. And these events that happen around the world also impact us because we are connected to everything. We're in Libra season, and the full moon, or the new moon, was just in Libra yesterday. Today it's in Scorpio. But Libra is all about relationships. And not only your relationship with other people, your relationship with family, your relationship with friends, your relationship with lovers. What's up, Holly Vegeta? What's up, Walter? But also your relationship with... Matter of fact, I think I'm going to walk to Times Square real quick, show y'all something. But not only your relationship with family, your relationship with everybody else, but most importantly, your relationship with yourself. Libra is dealing with Ma'at primarily. It's dealing with the scales. It's dealing with the heart being light as a feather. And when that heart is as light as a feather, you tend to feel. You tend to emote more. You tend to go within. When the world is bearing down on you, when the world feels like everything is going wrong with the world and everything outside of you is crumbling and everything, let me tell y'all, the day Facebook went down and Instagram and WhatsApp, my Wi-Fi also went down. Wi-Fi in my home. It was down for about 2 days. And it was interesting because I was so used to using the Wi-Fi, so used to, going online, watching my YouTube on the TV, doing my research. It was interesting because I didn't have that anymore. On top of that, I had surgery. I got the cyst. I had a cyst on my head. See the scar? I got that removed. Also had a wisdom tooth removed, back-to-back weeks. Also went back to work instead of working from home. So that was interesting. And just a plethora of things was happening. And it was really, I'm having dreams about being 9, 10, 11, things I never even thought about. It was just like my past, my decisions, everything was kind of bearing on me. And most people that discuss this type of thing and deal with the occult and deal with spirituality, they're not going to talk about that they were depressed. They're not going to talk about feeling down. They're not going to talk about them feeling hurt by different things in life. And those events that I'm telling you about did not necessarily depress me or stress me out as much as just a combination of events, the combination of things I was thinking about, certain decisions that I made in the past, and, where I am and where I want to be in life. And I haven't manifested every single thing that I wanted, even though I know all this magic and I know all these mantras and I have all these information. I haven't manifested every single thing that I wanted. A lot, but not everything. And a lot of us that are teachers, they haven't manifested everything that they wanted either. Don't let them fool you. We're all on this journey together. And as you age, as you go through this life, the journey never ends. The journey is constant, it's continuous, and it comes with different obstacles, different ups and downs. One of the big things was I had a family member that I really, really trusted in. And I'm being completely vulnerable with y'all and kind of going off a stream of consciousness, so just bear with me. But I had a family member that I really, really trusted in. And they got mad at me and threw back every single thing that I told them. And the thing about me, myself, is that I'm the type of person, I don't trust people, right? And I'm sure a lot of y'all don't, but I don't really trust people. I don't want to label myself, but I would say I'm introverted for the most part. If you catch me in a social situation, you wouldn't know that. But I like myself. You know what I'm saying? I like being by myself. I'm comfortable being by myself. I don't mind traveling by myself. I don't mind going to the movies by myself. I don't mind going out by myself. I love my own company, and I definitely could find things to do and find things to think about, right? Show y'all a little Times Square. Can I flip this here? I like this better. All right. So I like my own company. I'm very comfortable with that. I'm very comfortable with not being around a million people all day. And but for me, when I let somebody in, when I start sharing pieces of myself, when I start sharing things that I guard, when I start sharing things that I don't tell anybody else, when people throw that shit back up in an argument, when people bring that shit back up and talk about it, when they're mad, it's like a big, huge betrayal for me. And it may seem small to other people, because I see people that deal with people that betray them all the time. They call them frenemies, right? People that betray them, people that talk about them, people that talk down on them, and they still hang out with them. I'm not that type of person. I might give you a chance or two, But once you betray me, or once I feel like I'm betrayed, I'm always gonna look at you. Once you betray me once, I mean, it's gonna be very hard for you to get back in. I'll be honest. It's gonna be very hard for you to get back in my good graces. It's gonna be very hard for me to talk to you. I might deal with you. I might associate with you, but you're gonna get some coldness, and you're gonna know you got some coldness, and you're gonna really know what it's for. You know, it's gonna be pretty apparent what it's for. You know, and I'm a little vindictive too. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little vindictive, depending on the situation, depending on the gravity and the weight of the situation. You know, but I'm learning not to be so vindictive. When I was younger, much different story. So I say all that to say a lot of things, and I'm just giving you, pieces. I'm not giving you every single detail of every aspect of my life. I'm just giving you details of those things. And when that particular family member betrayed me, because I trusted in this person for years and years and years, one of the few people, it really left me spiraling in a bit of depression, right? And I tried to light the candles. I tried to say the mantras. Went to the water. Nothing was working. I ain't want to watch no YouTubes. I ain't want to see nothing positive. I ain't want to hear nothing that was uplifting at the point. I just wanted to come home, go in my bed, and lay there for a little bit, right? People that are in this life ain't gonna tell you this stuff, because everything is perfect. On the internet, everything is perfect and everything looks good and everything is peachy. They're not gonna tell you this. But I was really in a mood. I was really in a mood. And but thankfully, and this is the part of relationships, and this is where relationships come in, and this is where your bank, your spiritual deposits, right? Your bank of spiritual deposits. And spiritual deposits meaning you doing the meditations when things are good, you lighting the candles during new moons and full moons, you taking the spiritual baths, you eating right, eating light. It's pretty, I'm right here by Times Square. It's pretty packed, so I don't really want to walk through there on the phone. But you watching the videos, you listening to the lectures, you taking your notes. This is the deposits you make when things are going well, right? A lot of times people don't come into spirituality until things are bad. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But the thing is, when things are bad and when things get better, the goal is to continue to put those deposits in, to continue to add on, right? When things are good, make it better, right? Continue to add on, continue to manifest, to continue to put forth the affirmations, continue to visualize yourself and emote and ride different waves of energy through music, through meditative trance, through invoking different deities and orishas and things like that, right? So you do the money spell, the money comes in. You do the love spell, the love comes in. You do the spell for a new job, the job comes in, etc., etc. You're not supposed to just stop when that happens. The goal is to continue to increase and build up on that, right? So your spiritual bank, you got a lot of deposits. You got a lot in your savings account. Your relationship with people, right? Because as you rise in spirituality and as you rise in consciousness, you're supposed to rise in peacefulness as well. You're supposed to rise in your ability to connect positively with people. People that are family, people that you work around, people that you associate with, people that you generally fuck with overall. You're supposed to be a better person overall doing this work, right? Now there's left-hand path where people are dealing with the external, right? The candles, again, the baths, etc., etc. And then there's the right-hand path where people are dealing with the meditative work, the affirmations, the visualizations, right? Etc., etc. No, one path is not greater than the other. They both should serve a purpose. It's supposed to be holistic, where you're utilizing the external world, right, mandalas, whatever you're dealing with, watching lectures, attending lectures, watching videos, etc. And you're doing the internal work where you go back and you write things out for yourself. You are reflecting on the things that you're right. You're meditating in the morning, meditating before bed, listening to uplifting music, etc., etc., where you're putting your inner self inside of frequency. So there's inner work and there's outer work along this path. None is better than the other. When you're doing this work, there's supposed to be challenges that comes up. You cannot get stronger. You cannot build muscle without resistance. It's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be tested. A lot of times when people step into this way of life, that's when the challenges first hit. Because the challenges are designed to make you stronger. The challenges are designed to make you better. The challenges are designed to have you tap in deeper into this work. Tap in deeper into your ancestral reverence. Tap in deeper into your mindset work. Tap in deeper into your affirmations, so on and so forth. So this way, when you do get hit with a bout of depression, when you do get hit with the fact that you're feeling down, when you do want to escape from the world, you have put out enough energy. You have put out enough good tidings and goodwill. You have done enough so that your spiritual bank account has a savings account. And with that savings account, you will be able to, the universe now will be able to, you'll be able to withdraw from that savings account. Big up Soul Matters. You'll be able to, big up Straight Panther, you'll be able to withdraw from that savings account, right? And that's what happened to me. I was going through something, boom. And I started talking to some good people that I know that are spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Certain people I told, look, I'm, kind of going on into hiatus, going through a lot of things right now, different changes, et cetera, et cetera. And, I just kind of need to fall back for a little bit, And one of these people, God bless him, sent me a song, right? They ain't give me no advice. They ain't say snap out of it. They ain't telling me to meditate. They ain't telling me to do affirmations. All they did was send me some music. Music is one of my love languages, right? So they sent me some music. And the song that they sent me was Pharoah Sanders. Pharoah Sanders, Harvest Time. And this is the harvest season. This is the fall, when things are fall. This is the harvest season. So they sent me Pharoah Sanders, Harvest Time, right? And there's a part of Pharoah Sanders, Harvest Time where there's a real meditative, if you listen to that song after this, there's a real, and it's a jazz song, there's no words or anything like that, right? And there's a part where it's very meditative, right? There's where it goes into a different frequency. The beat drops, and Pharoah Sanders and people like Alice Coltrane, people like Sun Ra, if you guys are into taking mushrooms and stuff like that, jazz has a frequency that's designed, certain jazz artists, they created music that's designed to raise your vibration, right? It's designed to raise your frequency. Alice Coltrane, Sun Ra, Pharoah Sanders, and that's just a few. They got a couple of new artists now that's out there. I can't think of the names, but these jazz artists, they make music that's designed to raise your frequency. And once I heard it, and once the tone changed in that song, it snapped me out of what I was going through. It snapped me immediately out me feeling down and me feeling depressed. It put me in a total different frequency. Now, if I didn't get that song, right? And this depression that I had was maybe, I needed to go in the cave for a little while because I needed to think things out. I needed to plot things out. I needed to plan things out, right? But the real strong strength of the depression was probably about 3-4 days, right? Of the where it was really, really strong. But as a person who, I would say in the past, and those of you who follow me for a while, I've talked about this, that I suffered from depression. I've been very depressed I was very depressed as a child, right? So it's something that, that I fought all my life. You know what I'm saying? I've been fighting all my life, like Celie. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, these recent, I'd say 6-7 years, I've been winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? I've been winning the fight. During the winter, I take my vitamin D. I make sure I go out to get my sun. You know what I'm saying? Because I diagnosed with having seasonal affective disorder syndrome, SADS. So when it hits winter here in New York City, or if I'm someplace where it's cold, or even if I don't get enough sun, you know what I'm saying, I could become very depressed. But that wasn't the case this time. I was doing all that. It was just a lot of different events. And again, some things I'm not telling y'all, because it's just not for TV. But I was going through these things, right? And not only that, but just the heaviness of this retrograde period. I think everyone, and a lot of people that I know that does do this work personally, a lot of people that I know that are teachers, a lot of people that I know that are magicians, a lot of people that I know that just is in this thing of ours that like they say, in this thing of ours, they have been going through it. And maybe a lot of y'all have been going through it as well. And again, going back to the song. So the song put me in a whole different vibration, right? Boom. Next morning I wake up on my phone, wake up, do my affirmations, do my visualizations, because I'm feeling a little better. On my phone, boom. What happens next? Another one of my friends, right? Just random. Didn't know. I didn't tell him none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Sends me a Abraham Hicks video, right? And what she was talking about in the video, she was talking about resistance and how when you think about negative things in repetition, so when you're thinking, oh, the bills, when you're thinking, oh, this person hurt me, when you're thinking, oh, life sucks, when you're thinking, oh, the planet is this and that, you see, this reality that we live in is not reality. This physical avatar body is here for a limited time. But you, my friend, are limited. You are infinite. You're beyond this body and you're beyond the earth. And the reason you're beyond this body and you're beyond the earth, because a lot of y'all are feeling these retrogrades. A lot of y'all are feeling the planetary changes. So we are aligned with the universe itself. Not only that, we got billions of cells, trillions of atoms, and your atoms in your body never die. Atoms never die. They live forever. So therefore, you live forever. When you speak, the voice in your head that speaks without your mouth moving, when you're doing your affirmations, when you're saying your mantras, when you're just talking to yourself throughout your daydreams, that part of yourself, when this physical body dies, that part of yourself is what lives on. That is your spirit. And as I told y'all in the last live that I did, and I showed y'all, spirit means breath. Spirit means wind. So as you breathe air, you're breathing in spirit. We all share the same air. And there's even solar wind out in space. So we all are breathing air. One of the foundations is oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur. Those are the building blocks of life, right? All part of dark energy, all part of dark matter. So as you breathe, breathing is spirit. So we all are sharing, literally, and this goes back to Libra season. This goes back to the season that we're in. We all are sharing literally the same energy. The only difference between you, me, them, Trump, Biden, Kamala, your mama, your baby daddy, is your expression of spirit at certain times, right? Going back to what Brother Panic has said in one of his live videos, how we have different spirits for different things. You know what I'm saying? There's a sexual spirit that you're not going to see Rob Blackstorm have on this particular phone, right? There's a fighting spirit, there's an angry spirit, there's a peaceful spirit, right? There's a loving spirit. There's a spirit that I have with my children. There's a spirit that I have with my homeboys. There's a spirit that I'll have with a girl that I'm with. There's a spirit that I'll have when I'm working. There's a spirit that I'll have when I'm at the park, right? We all have different expressions of spirit. But those expressions of spirit are what we choose. They're what we choose. And if we all live in the so-called same reality, right? And you may see Trump and get triggered, or you may hear about, matter of fact, let's use something recent, right? You may be a person that's like, yo, I want to get the hokey pokey. I want to get the jabby jabby, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe a person that's against that. That's not for me. Doesn't mean that your heart doesn't beat. It doesn't mean that you don't pee. It doesn't mean that you don't poop. It doesn't mean that you don't read books, right? Your spirit, right, is just different. Your expression of spirit is different. Your heartbeat is different. The way you breathe is different. You hear about the Roni, you feel panic. I hear about the Roni, I feel like, let me get some more Colloidal Silver. Let me drink some more black seed oil. Let me work out more, right? Different expressions of spirit. You hear about it, you may say, let me eat some more hamburgers. Let me eat to, you know what I'm saying? Let me eat my happiness, right? And it's nothing, and again, I'm not saying this to judge anybody, I'm just using examples, right? You may say, let me harass my boyfriend, let me harass my girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? I'm angry, I'm stressed out, you know, these things. Some people, they lose their job, they going crazy, they stressed out. Some people, they lose their job, they like, oh, it's a blessing, I have more time to do this, I have more time to look for another opportunity, right? It's different expressions of spirit in this world of ours, but it's all the same spirit. So going back to Abraham Hicks and resistance, and I'm going to cut this down because it's getting long. But you have the ability, and I'm not even going into any deep philosophy about Ma'at and decoding and break it down. Again, this is just a stream of consciousness that I'm going with. So I appreciate y'all for fucking with me. Hollow Vegeta says, talking to yourself a form of shadow work. Well, you have to think about shadow work as the shadow is your inner self. So your inner self is darkness, right? Your inner self, when you go to bed at night and you have dreams, that is your shadow, right? That is the inner darkness within you. Your shadow is, you know, when you're in the light right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the light, so there's a shadow right next to me. I could look at it and I could see my shadow, right? My shadow has no form, so there's no real body to it. It's just darkness. So if you think about it, yes, you could program everything comes from inside out. Even you come from a womb to out. You come from a womb, and from that womb, now you are born. So you come from darkness, right? The sperm in your daddy's nutsack is in darkness, right? Your sperm in your daddy's nutsack. So yes, that is a form of shadow work. But there are different techniques, there are different tools in that shadow work. So, wait, it's talking to yourself. So yeah, talking to yourself is definitely a form of shadow work. That's one of the main forms of shadow work. But I answered that question because it goes back to my original thing, what I was talking about with Abraham Hicks. And this is the big shadow work. The big shadow work is you projecting the energy that you want into this reality, no matter what you're going through. No matter what you're going through, right? The reality, you know, the more, and again, you learn different things along this path, and sometimes depending on, you know, I was in a relationship with somebody, and sometimes when you're in the wrong relationship with the wrong people, right, they could mess up. And this is why it's very important to choose the people that you choose to sleep with, the people that you choose to be around. No, sir, thank you. Choose the people that you choose to sleep with, the people that you choose to be around, right? It's very important because you could literally stop your progression. You can literally halt yourself. And it takes so much longer to get back into the stride and the scheme of things. Yes, sir.
I'm from Connecticut, man. I'm a truck driver. My truck broke down.
Okay.
I need Grand Central, man.
Grand Central. Oh, Grand Central is right there. No, Grand Central, that's Times Square. So you're trying to go to Grand Central?
I need to go to the train station so I can catch a train in Connecticut.
You have to, hold up, let me see, where am I at?
Is it down this way?
Yeah, it's down there. It's down there. You want to go to the east side. This is the west side, so you want to go to the east side. So yeah, keep going like two blocks. And then ask somebody. You'll see it. But you're right there. You're right here. But yeah. Damn, what was I saying? so the reality that you project, right, into the universe is the reality that you want. It's whatever you want. It's whatever you want it to be. Just like the whole thing, again, let's go to Trump. Some people were angry that Trump was here. Some people were mad that Trump was here. Some people were happy Trump was here. Some people was like, yeah, Trump's destroying the system. Yeah, Trump is breaking everything down. If you look at what Trump was doing, he was putting people in office that weren't really, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be in these different places. Like, he was literally dismantling the government. And, quiet as kept, he funded a lot of HBCUs. I know this is a controversial thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't believe no white man can save America, or even no black man can save America. I believe that we're on this planet for a limited time to do what we need to do, right? And whether you're a politician, whether you work in municipalities, whether you're here to work at the water company, the light company, right? There's this, whether you need to work at the garbage company, whether you need to work at the ambulance or the EMTs, all these services are valuable and needed, right? And everyone here has a job to do. Just because you're spiritual, just because you're into the cult, just because you're conscious, doesn't mean that you don't have a job to do. But everyone has a different perspective on different things. So your perspective is unique to you, but you could create whatever perspective you want to at any time. Right? You just have to make sure that this perspective feels good to you, especially melanated people. We are so emotional, and our emotions get used all the time. But what if these emotions that we have, instead of us being triggered by what's going on in society, instead of us being triggered by fight videos, instead of us being triggered by what's happening in the Vatican or what's happening out in the world, what if we trigger ourselves on a day-to-day basis? The same way they trigger us with different things that happen, police shootings, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of niggas think they deep because they know what the white man is going to do next. So trigger you about the aliens and, what's going to happen with the cargo ships and, all these different things is coming out. What if we triggered ourselves on a daily basis towards the things that we want, towards the things that we want to manifest? And those same trigger feelings that we feel when we're upset, when we feel fear, when we feel uncertainty, when we feel doubt, what if we triggered ourselves in the opposite direction? In the opposite direction. And I saw a comment, someone said that they're in their car right now homeless. I feel for you, bro. I've been homeless. I slept on the 2 train. You know what I'm saying? For a couple of weeks. It wasn't a long time, but I slept on the 2 train being homeless. So I know how that is, right? 2 train here in New York, by the way. So I know how that is. This is before I came into this knowledge, though. You know what I'm saying? But as now I'm coming to this knowledge, things have changed. But it's not to say that life happens, different things happen. But if you are sleeping in your car right now and you are looking for the job, what I would suggest to you is feel how that gig, feel how that gig, feel how it feels to be abundant, feel how it feels to have money. Every morning when you wake up, when you're sitting in that car, when you're daydreaming, instead of worrying and stressing, visualize the best outcome. Visualize somebody coming by and giving you money. Visualize whatever feels good to you, because that's even in that car, that's the one thing you control. They say that they could take your mind, right? They could take your mind. They could take your body, but they can't take your mind. And that's a true statement. And us melanated beings, we have so much emotional power energy in motion. That's what emotions are. Energy in motion. We have so much emotional power that we misuse. We use it to be angry. We use it to be tough with one another. I was looking at something where Sage Steele, she's an ESPN reporter, and she was saying something about, you know, Barack Obama, you know, she was saying something about Barack Obama and how his black father wasn't there, you know, and then I seen the comments, and then the first person to jump out, Jamel Hill. Oh, Sage Steele, you shouldn't be talking about Obama. Then another black commentator comes out. It's like as soon as something negative happens to a melanated so-called black person, black people be the first person. Black people, melanated people are the first people to try to tear them apart. And next time you see an issue like that on social media, don't believe me, look at it. They're the first people to jump and tear each other apart, right? Even the Nicki Minaj situation, right? The first person to come out was a black woman to attack her when Nicki Minaj was talking about the vax. So we use a lot of emotions to fuel a lot of bullshit. Clubhouse didn't blow up, and it was irrelevant until niggas started beefing on it, until people started talking about it, right? You would think with what happened with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp this week that some melanated entertainer, some melanated person with influence, some melanated rapper, some melanated sports player would say, this is my opportunity to get a lot of my people together that have influence and create our own social media app. And create our own app. Because really people go where it's popping. So it's not YouTube's fault, it's not Instagram's fault, it's not Facebook's fault that it's popping. We make it pop. It's not TikTok's fault why it's popping. We make it pop. Melanated people make it pop. Let's keep it real. People ain't fucking with the other sites because we not on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough to remember when Black Planet was the first social media site. And that shit was popping. You know what I'm saying? Before MySpace. Black Planet is really the first social media site on the low. It won't really get that credit in history, I'm sure, but Black Planet was. And I heard Black Planet's coming back, you know what I'm saying? But without certain celebrities endorsing it, without celebrities backing it, because that's just how the masses move. It's not going to be anything. But again, it goes back to the energy that's in motion. It goes back to what people are putting their energy into. It goes back to what your visualization is. But more importantly than your mantra, more importantly than your affirmations, more importantly than your prayers, more importantly than your visualizations, you have to attach that emotion. Yes, Black Planet was very, very messy. You know what I'm saying? Very, very messy. I remember. But going back, that's when your emotions are what really creates the reality. If you want to be on a beach in your mind, you could be on a beach. You could feel that sun on your body. You could feel you could feel your toes in the sand. Even as I'm talking about it, I'm doing it right now. You could feel yourself holding the money. You could feel yourself in whatever car, whatever house. Feel yourself rubbing the marble on that kitchen counter, right? But make it practical. You know what I'm saying? If you're living in your car, then the thing you should be feeling is you in a bed in a house. Feeling how that bed feels. Feeling how that good meal feels that you cook on your stove. You could control that. And the more you channel that energy, when you start to feel down, when you start to feel depressed, I promise you, because this is really the law of attraction, and this is how you go from depression into intention. This is how you make quote unquote miracles happen. This is how you make quote unquote luck happen. By putting that energy, the emotion, the energy in motion for what it is that you want and what it is that you want to create. And I'm telling you, once I started doing that and once I tapped back into that, everything started to get better. Everything I've been able to open up more. I've been able to step out more. I've been able to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Communicate. I've seen certain things, even in the last couple of days, manifest. Right? And it may take, it is not something that may take 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. You can't put a time frame on it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people are in like hell. They're in hellish conditions and they want to manifest, you know what I'm saying, $1 billion. They want to manifest Bentleys. They want to manifest, you know, PJs and shit like that. You might just need to manifest a new house, a new apartment, a new job, your own business. You know what I'm saying? A new partner if you're in a bad relationship, right? You might need to manifest a way to get out that relationship and be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Manifest things that are practical. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we live in America. You know, you see on TV, everybody got the big chains, the BBLs, you know what I'm saying? The perfect weaves, the perfect bodies, you know, the ice dripping, the Versace, the Louis. None of that shit really matters. You gotta get to the point to where you are able to manifest the energy of joy and happiness and put that into your savings account, because there is going to come a time, even for the Versace wearer, even for the private jet flyer. I was looking at something with DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, Hot 97 Breakfast Club, got a million cars, wealthy, wears like 4 chains every day, you know what I'm saying, iced out, you know what I'm saying, got a pretty wife, big ass house. The average human, and I don't consider myself a human, I consider myself a god, but the average human will be like, oh, he got it going on, he's straight, XYZ. He had an issue with his wife where he was cheating on his wife, and he wanted to kill himself. He said he turned on the cars in his garage and wanted to kill himself, and his wife had to save him. But he wanted to kill himself. But this guy has everything that the material world would want to offer and could give you. But he still wants to kill himself. So, words don't change things. Oliver Cheetah, words don't change things. I think you asked that. Words don't really change. Affirmations are dope. Saying things to yourself is dope. Or what you call mantras, or what you call prayers, right? Those are dope tools, but it's just a tool, right? The main thing is using that tool and those words to produce energy. What Tesla said, Nikola Tesla, produce energy, frequency, and vibration. That is the key. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Imagination is dope too, but those two tools, the imagination and the affirmation, imagination and the affirmation, but combined with the energy of what you want. Take that imagination and make it as real as possible. This is another reason why meditation is so important, because in meditation, you could take whatever you want in that imagination, the same way when you have your dreams at night and when you have a lucid dream and when you're quote-unquote astral traveling and it feels so real. And you're like, how the hell does this shit feel so real? You know what I'm saying? How you have this super lucid dream where you might be having sex, or you might be fighting, or you falling down a cliff or some shit, right? Or you running or something, and it feels so real. You might be sweating. Some people have dreams where they come out of the dreams, they already scratched up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's that real. You have to make your waking daydreams as intense as that. Your daydreams have to match that vibration. And I promise you, little by little, I've manifested cars, I've manifested places to live, I've manifested women, I've manifested money, I've manifested opportunities, I've done all these things. But because of the things that were happening, you know what I'm saying, my frame of mind, I forgot all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And I needed to remember all that shit. I need to remember. And this will happen to you as you go along this journey, as you learn the different things, as you go through different things. But again, it's very important who you are around. It's very important the relationships and the people that you choose. We got to stop choosing people just for physical attributes, just because they look good, just because the sex is good, just because they might be funny. We got to really look at people and get with people that can nourish who and what we are and develop our souls, right? Develop the soul of what we are. And the soul of what you are is in your DNA. It is your ancestral memory. That is your soul. Your DNA is your soul. That is what tethers you here, right? When you're honoring your ancestors and when you're venerating your ancestors with your altar and giving offerings and all that, the goal is so that your soul, right, your DNA, the 64 codons of your DNA, that you are able to unlock wisdom, divine wisdom, through thoughts, through ideas, through imagination, right? That strengthens you and empowers you and makes your heart, going back to Libra season, which is representative of Ma'at, where that heart is on the scale, that makes your heart as light as a feather. Your heart is what pumps this engine of your body. The feather is that energy that as the heart is pumping, the feather is that energy that is going out into the air. What does a bird have? A bird has feathers, right? So the representative of that feather is a representation of your words or your spirit, because spirit means breath or wind, being carried out into the air. So the heart, so going back to, I always say you guys are electromagnetic. The electricity of electromagnetic, the electricity is your heart, right? And the magnetism is that feather. That is what you're putting out there. So the goal is to get to that point to where you are able to emote things that go out into the air for what you want. When it comes to how you deal with people, everyone is a reflection of you. If I wasn't good to people, I wouldn't be able to get this type of feedback. I wouldn't be able to get the tools that these people sent me, right? And I talked to a couple of people about these things. Everybody didn't send me these tools. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a knock on them, because it's not their job to save me. It's my job to save myself. But I thoroughly know that if I wasn't making these spiritual deposits when times were good, when my money was good, when things was going right, you know what I'm saying, when everything was crispy and on point, and still honoring my ancestors and still putting in the work while things were good, I wouldn't have this. But it's not too late. It's not too late for you. Even if you haven't been doing that, you still have the opportunity today. No matter what, even if you are going through the worst shit in your life, you still have the opportunity today to create the electromagnetic field that will magnetize everything that you want, need, and desire. But most of all, you want to focus on what you need and what is within your direct circumference. You know what I'm saying? If you are homeless, the thing you should be trying to manifest is a home, not $1 billion. Not a Gucci suit, right? You know what I'm saying? Not a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Not a fly nigga. You know what I'm saying? Not even a paid nigga. You know what I'm saying? You should want to manifest a way for you to take care of yourself. Because you may be in a situation where you're homeless because you depended on someone else to take care of you. And you weren't prepared for the storm. Or you expected something, you expected a handout, or you expected pity. A lot of people expect pity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this reparation talk and this talk about, you know what I'm saying? They owe us something. You know what I'm saying? This ADOS talk, they owe us. And I'm not saying black people are not owed, melanated people are not owed reparations. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be compensated for our ancestors' work. What I am saying, if that's what you think is going to save you, if you're really depending on reparations to save you, if you're willing. And it's funny how everybody's black, everybody loves Haiti, everybody's, oh, Haiti is it's so oh man, look what's happened to the Haitians, oh, it's so sad, they whipping the Haitians, oh, I'm such an outrage. But let them say, yo, let the government tell y'all niggas that we giving reparations to Americans, American-born citizens. And we can't do it unless we get every immigrant out of here. Watch how quick all these quote-unquote pro-black people will try to get and report and will report a Haitian, a Jamaican, a Puerto Rican, a Mexican, anybody undocumented and not American that they could find. right? So that they could get their money. Because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all outrage is really fake. A lot of y'all outrage is really manufactured. A lot of y'all outrage is controlled by the media. And the media will put y'all through ups and downs, lefts and rights, if you allow it. The main point of this, and I say it again, is to create. This is harvest season. This is harvest time. What are you harvesting? What type of energy are you harvesting? What type of character are you harvesting? Fuck your money spell. Fuck your love spell. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that candle you put down with your affirmations for some bullshit that you don't really need. Who do you want to be in 2022? Who are you? Who are you? Can you be trusted? Can someone come to you for a kind word? Are you a hater? You got to keep it real for yourself. When you see somebody doing well, do you say, why not me? If you see somebody shining, do you be like, damn, they not supposed to shine? Why not me? There's a lot of people like that. They don't even realize that they haters, but they haters. If you see somebody doing well, and oh, they bougie, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they not hood enough, right? They might talk different, they might act different. You know what I'm saying? And do you have compassion for people that are going through things? Because a lot of y'all, the minute y'all see a celebrity fall, y'all be ready to tear them apart. That's the energy that you shall receive in turn when things happen to you. Because the energy that you put out into this universe, again, we're electromagnetic. So the energy that you put out and send into the air, that in turn will come back to you. We live on a globe, whether you think it's flat or a sphere, it still is a motherfucking circle. And there's circles all around. If you look up in the sky, you see circles. If you look at the moon, it's a circle. You look at your head, it's a circle, right? You look at your clitoris, you look at your penis, on top of it is a circle. You know what I'm saying? You got circles on your fingerprints. So whether you think it's flat, whether you think it's a oval, whether you think it's a sphere, it's still in a circular formation. So that leads me to know that there is such thing as karma. Not the karma that they told us, not the way that they taught us karma, but the fact that the energy that you put out, right? The energy that you put out will be the energy that you receive. If you plant a seed, right, that seed is going to grow. If you plant that seed on fertile soil, or you plant a seed in a fertile soul, just like fertile soil, a fertile soul, that seed is going to grow. It's the same thing with your thoughts. It's the same thing with your imagination. It's the same thing with your intentions, right? It's not just about lighting a candle. It's not just about taking the spirit bath. It's not just about reading a whole bunch of books. Words don't change things. Experiences do. That's why a lot of these so-called super knowledgeable scholars and doctors and brother this and priest that and baba this, they corrupt. Their character is shit. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give you $1. They wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. But they could tell you the earth is 6 sextillion tons. They could tell you how far Prophet Muhammad went to get to the cave. They could tell you what alien and what demon is in the forest and all this bullshit that y'all love that ain't helping you and ain't getting you from being and I'm talking to melanated beings in particular, ain't getting you out of becoming a permanent underclass here in America. Or it's not going to help your children not become part of a permanent underclass in America. We need institutions, we need creativity, we need science, technology, engineering, math, computer science. We need to understand the holographic universe. We need to understand singularity. And those of us who have children, we need to motivate and steer them to that. Coding, trades, electronics, that's the world we're going into. All the people that have made it, my earbuds is about to go out. So all the people I don't know if y'all can still hear me, but y'all will tell me. But all the people that have made it, all the people that are the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Elon Musk of the world, you know, these are all tech giants. These are all people that are into technology. These are all, and they're running the world. If you look at what, you know why, and I posted this on my IG, Mark Zuckerberg shut down Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp to smack the government around. He wants to smack the government around. If you watch Squid Game, the Squid Game on Netflix, he was playing red light, green light with the government. Because the tech companies are becoming bigger than governments. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're becoming bigger than the government. They're having more influence than the government. They're able to influence elections and influence the stock market. If Elon Musk drops something about Dogecoin goes up. If Elon Musk talks about Shiba Inu goes up. These people are having more influence than the government, the tech giants. So why aren't we steering our children towards that? Why aren't we steering our children? And if that's not their natural inclination, fine. Find out what their natural inclination is, because again, we all have roles to play in this universe. Find out what their natural inclination is. But our emotions are so wrapped up in bullshit. Like the R. Kelly trial, people are talking about and watching, you know, different snippets and different pieces of the R. Kelly trial. Why? 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 That man was molested as a child. Yeah, what he did was foul, and I know this is going to trigger a lot of people or whatever. What he did was foul, what he did was fucked up, but he got molested as a child. So he is repeating what has been done to him. He's got arrested, but who arrested his parents? Who arrested the people that raised him that way? You understand? That's how I look at it. I try, and I'm not better than none of y'all. I just try to look at things holistically. I just try to look at things on a scale, because that's really what Libra and these relationships with people and relationships with the world is really about. Not just getting a new lover, not just your relationship with your lover or your lovers. It's about your relationship with yourself, but your relationship with other people. You want mercy when things happen to you. You want people to look at the big picture when things happen to you. You want people to forgive you when you are wrong, but you can't forgive other people. And I'm not saying he should be forgiven. That's not what I'm saying. What I am using him as an example is to say that nobody talks about his mama. Nobody talks about how he was raised. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown. Everybody saw Rihanna getting beaten. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm using men because I'm a fucking man. You know what I'm saying? But nobody talked about how Chris Brown saw abuse in his home. Nobody talked about how Chris Brown got millions when he was 18. You know what I'm saying? 16, 17, 18. With an underdeveloped brain, because your brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25. With an undeveloped brain. Nobody talked about how Rihanna was beating his ass in the car. And might have caused them both to die and crash. Again, I'm not excusing what he did, but people don't look at, that's looking at relationships for real, for real. That's relating for real, for real. That's heart relating for real, or real heart to heart relating for real, for real. Because you're looking at the total picture. And this is what happens when you learn not to be triggered by everything and you step back from the emotion of what society is trying to give you. You step back from the emotion of your own childhood trauma and step back and look. A lot of men, and let's look at the other side, right? A lot of men follow Kevin Samuels, right, nowadays. And this is all going to tie into the energy and, you know, what I was talking about. A lot of men follow Kevin Samuels, right? And they think that they're an alpha male. And I look at some of these guys, and I'm like, yo, you wouldn't even be an alpha male around me. You see? How you an alpha male? How you an alpha male, but you're not an alpha male around other men? You just want to be an alpha male around women. Make that make sense. You want to be an alpha male around women, but you can't be an alpha male around other men. Go be an alpha male against Elon Musk. Be an alpha male and run for motherfucking president. Be an alpha male when you are around them police. Be an alpha male and hunt down George Zimmerman. You know what I'm saying? Be an alpha male and defend a woman instead of recording when you see her in some shit, or you see her getting beat up, or you see her being accosted in some way. That's an alpha male. And I've seen, and this is, again, no shade to Kevin Samuels, because I watch him for entertainment. I do. Sometimes the shit he says to women is hella funny. Sometimes the women say some stupid shit, and I'll be dead ass crying. You know what I'm saying? So and sometimes he says, because again, the reason these people attract people is because they tell truth, but it doesn't mean everything that they're saying is true. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen Kevin Samuels, and you can look at this, those of you guys who follow, you can look at Kevin Samuels around women. And I say, oh, this guy's awkward around women. He got some videos where he's dating women or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this guy's awkward. He don't really got no swag around women. He don't really have a mouthpiece around women. You know what I'm saying? And go look. You don't believe me? You think, oh, this guy's. Go look at it. Go look at them videos. And I'm really talking to the men, because women ain't really gonna see that. But I'm like, oh, this guy ain't got no real swag around women, right? But these are the heroes of the black community. And Kevin Samuels is really. Let me let this pass. Kevin Samuels is really for the low vibrators, to be honest with you. Because if you're a woman and your fear is dying alone, I mean, there's worse things that can happen than dying alone without a man. Disney is really what has people women thinking that they need a man. And this is not to say that you don't need a man, right? Because we need each other. Men need women, women need men. We need each other. We're a complement. You know what I'm saying? We're complementary. That's why penis fits inside the hole, right? We're complementary. Key to a lot. Right? We're complementary. So we need each other. As much as there's different relationship experts that will say otherwise, right? We need each other. But part of that, and part of understanding that, is understanding who we are, understanding our relationship to the universe, understanding our relationship to life in general, and how we view it, how optimistic we are about it, what type of things that we are thinking about on a day-to-day basis, what type of feelings we have about these things that are on a day-to-day basis. If someone dies, if you're going through a breakup, if you're homeless, if you're hurt, right? I'm not gonna say that you're gonna automatically feel great if you're in pain, or you're automatically gonna be able to feel bliss if someone that you love dies, right? Or if you're in a situation that you're homeless. There's going to be times where you're stressed out. There's going to be times where you're tense. You're hungry, you're hurt, etc., etc. But again, the one thing you could always control is this. They could trap your body. They could lock your body. They could hurt your body. But you could always control your mind. And that's what this becoming God thing is about. You know, on the top of the Kemetic tree of life, the deity is Osir, or Osiris. And Osir has the crook and the flail, right? And the flail, that little thing that looks like, got like a rattle on the end of it, right? Those of you who've ever seen King Tut's sarcophagus, coffin, for lack of a better word, you know, it's about really aligning the left and the right brain. The left brain being the controls of the affirmations, the mantras, and how you speak about yourself, right? Your logic out in the world, you know, how you interact with the world, and the right brain being how you interact with your inner self, your visualizations, your imagination, how you see things holistically, how you are able to see things that are individual and put them into wholes. You know what I'm saying? How I looked at R. Kelly and I've seen that, yeah, he did some fucked up shit and he should be punished for it. But I also am able to see how he was influenced to do that fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Via his parents and via how he was raised, and becoming a superstar. And really, because he was a superstar, nobody really checking him. Nobody really, and people enabling him. And people enabling him to be who and what he was. You know what I'm saying? So, looking at things in totality, right? Looking at things abstractly. And this is what we have to get to. And the more you're able to look at things from an abstract point of view, the more you're able to look at things in totality. This is, again, we're talking Libra, and we're in Libra season. We just had new moon in Libra. The more you're able to look at things abstractly, the more you're able to connect with parts of yourself, the more you're able to draw on higher and draw in higher aspects of yourself and manifest more things that are conducive to your life, that are conducive to where you want to be, that are conducive to how you want to grow. If you're just in this for money spells, if you're just in this for new love spells, and again, I've told y'all this a million times, these things work. I do them. You know what I'm saying? I do them. These things work. But at the end of the day, you could lose it all. You could do a money spell, manifest all the money you want, and blow it right away because your character ain't right. Happens all the time. People hit the lotto when millions of dollars are broke in less than 2 years. You hear these stories. Some in less than a year, some less than 6 months. Hit $1 million, 6 months, 7 months later, the money's gone. Because their character, right? Their emotional character was out of sync. They never had money like this. They got hype. Everything that they saw on TV, they want, you know what I'm saying? They're finally able to get it. And when you first get some money, you're going to act reckless anyway. So I'm not saying that because, you know, unfortunately, a lot of us melanated people ain't never seen money or never been around money unless it was somebody else's. And when you actually get some money, you know what I'm saying, you're going to blow a little bit. You're going to blow it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the game. But if you get $1 million or $2 million or $3 million and you blow all of it in a year and you back to broke, there was a story of somebody here in New York who hit the lotto for $2 million. Hit the lotto for $2 million in less than a year, blew it all. And they were sweeping up Madison Square Garden. Didn't invest none of it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't invest in a business. Didn't put it in any stocks, bonds, nothing. Blew it all. Less than a year sweeping in Madison Square Garden, being a fucking janitor. Melanated people's emotional intelligence is really what's fucking us up. And the emotional intelligence is what is able to get us through these hard times. And a lot of times, you know, we use it to get through the struggle. We laugh, we sing, we dance, you know what I'm saying? We crack jokes on each other, right? Things to make us feel good and get us through the hard and tough times. But the real intention of using these emotions is to project your reality onto this universe. To have your heart pump that feather is for you to be as light as a feather so you could feel and emote, put your energy in motion to manifest the things that you want and the things that you want to see, and that you could relate to other people. So the more you relate to other people, the more you get in tune with yourself. The more you're able to not be triggered and look at things from a holistic point of view, the less you will be able to be triggered. I hope this live helps someone. I hope this live, especially whoever that is sleeping in the car, I wish you the best. I will light a candle specifically for you when I go home. I will light a candle for you. Because I've been there, I know how that is. But I in particularly want you and anyone else who is going through a tough time, starting now. Don't wait. Once you get off this live, don't go to another YouTube live. Don't go to another YouTube video real quick. Take a minute, take 2 minutes, take 5 minutes. Think about within your sphere of influence, not the yacht, not the Bentley, not the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, the private jet. Think about within your sphere of influence what you really need, what would really make you better. If you're dreaming about a lover, if you're dreaming about a relationship, does that lover, is that partner gonna help you? What can they help you with that you need? You know your weaknesses. You know what you need a partner for. Don't just look for the guy with the big chest and the big penis and the nice jeans and the nice car and the money. What is he going to bring to you? Your life. What character is he going to be for you and your 3-4 children? And I'm saying 3-4 children. You may not have 3-4 children. But I'm just saying, if you do, what type of character is that person going to be for your 3? That's what you want to feel. How is he going to hug you? What kind of forehead kisses is he going to give you? Is he gonna choke stroke you the way you want to be choke stroked? You know what I'm saying? These are the things you want to feel. Now, and I'm being a little facetious, a little funny, but you want to feel how this really feels if you're manifesting a relationship. If you are, you know what I'm saying, into whatever you're into. You're into knitting, you're into computers, you know what I'm saying? You're into, I don't know, farming and shit. What can they bring to the table to help you with that? How does that feel though? A lot of times we manifest in these relationships and it's just pretty packages. We just manifest in other avatars, pretty avatars. You know what I'm saying? People that look good, right? Look good on the outside, look good for the gram, look good when you're around your homeboys, but ain't gonna do shit. Ain't gonna do shit but give you hell. Ain't gonna do shit but be a narcissist and drain you. And if you're around somebody right now who, when you're with them, you gotta constantly recharge your energy, you gotta constantly step away, you know what I'm saying? I remember being in a relationship and shit, I didn't even want to come home, yo. I drive home from work and I sit in my car for like 10, 20 minutes. I didn't even want to walk in there because I'm like, damn, what is she gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Damn, what problem is she gonna have today? You know what I'm saying? But she looked good as shit. When I walk down the street with her, bad little B, bad little bitch. But was hell on the inside, right? And when you get in these relationships, don't get in these relationships and lose yourself. People get in relationships and they become other people for other people. They suppress who they are. If you got an altar and you do magic, you do that shit. Let them know that this is what you do, and if they not with it, they not with it. It's better to be alone and happy than to be with someone else and unhappy. If you like gardening, if you like eating a certain way, don't stop it because you're with somebody else. If you like reading certain books, don't stop it because you're with somebody else. Be who you are at all times and let them accept you for who you are. 9 times out of 10, that's why they wanted you. But because you got with them and they might have something to say or they might be doing certain things a certain way. And look, I've done it. A lot of us have done it. And matter of fact, I think we've all done that shit in relationships at some point, at different points. Be yourself at all times. Be yourself. And if they accept it, they accept it. If they don't, then move the fuck on. Look how many people out here. And it's just New York. Look how many people. And you mean to tell me, and this is just New York City. New York's, I think there's what? I think it's like 7 million or some shit. Cali, there's even more people. You mean to tell me all these people out in the world, and you're gonna suppress yourself for one person? I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how good they look. I don't care what kind of car they drive. I don't care how big their house is. You could get that shit on your own. You can manifest that shit. Shit, you might hit a scratch off. You might hit the lotto. You might find a bag in the street. You might find some motherfucking cashier's check. Look, life could change tomorrow. In whatever situation I've had situations where life has changed literally the next day. And you have too. You've been in some jams, you may not remember, but you've been in some jams and life has literally changed the next day. Maybe you didn't get a milli, maybe you didn't get a billy, but you were in a better position than you were yesterday. So again, be practical. What are you really out here manifesting? What are you really doing the money ritual for? What are you really doing the love ritual for? What is it? Is it really for your heart's desire, or is it for your avatar's desire? Is it for your character, or is it for what you see in the world, and because you want to stunt on someone? You know what I'm saying? You want to be fly for someone. You want to look good on the gram. You know what I'm saying? You want your girls to be like, hey girl, oh, okay girl. You want your boys to be like, yo, son, you the man, you that nigga, son. Let's go watch Kevin Samuels. Let's go watch Kevin Samuels. Let's go watch Kevin Samuels. Just fuck these bitches, son. You know what I'm saying? And you get around these women and you still awkward as hell. You ain't research, you ain't study how to win friends and influence people, which if you have trouble communicating in relationships, that's one of the things you need to watch. Even though it's a book for sales, it's still a good book to learn how to communicate with people in general, but especially if you have issues with the opposite sex and communication. A lot of times, the biggest problems that we have is we don't know how to communicate with each other. We don't know how to talk to each other. We don't know what to say. We don't know the right things to say to each other. So we get lip locked, we get, you know what I'm saying? Or we'll say some dumb shit, some lust-filled shit, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that might, and this is kind of for men though, you might say some shit that's just off base, or, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go out with a woman, honestly, and it's for my fellas, but if you go out with a woman, your objective shouldn't be sex the first. I'm not saying that you don't want to have sex, right? But your objective should be sex. And here's why. If once you get to know the girl and you like her, the sex is better. Way better. And this is vice versa too, ladies. Once you get to know the guy, really know him and talk to him and learn his character, the sex is going to be way better. But when it's just, yo, I want to hit it, and you hit it, you bust your nut, you know what I'm saying? You're not really getting that soul-stirring sex that you need. You're not even able to use sex magic as potent as you can when you don't really get to know that person, when you don't really get to engage with how that person feels and talk to that person. You know what I'm saying? What do you want to do in the future? Let the person know, yo, I like candles, I take spirit baths, you know what I'm saying? I do this, I do that. You know what I'm saying? Let them know. If they down, they down. If they not, fuck it. You was by yourself before. So losing them ain't nothing. And maybe they ain't down with that, and maybe you just want to screw them. And if that's your intention, that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? But still, get to know them before you just screw them. Don't just be screwing people just because they look good. That's the dumbest shit in the world, or because they have money. That's the most base level, low vibration shit that we've been tricked into due to shit like this. American marketing. Times Square shit. Glowing lights. If I took you a couple of blocks around here, you would see motherfuckers shooting their needles in their arm. New York is turning to Gotham City, for real. And like Black Dot said, we need Batman, for real. New York is, I've been here for back and forth, but I've been here for a while. And I've never seen New York, like, especially this downtown area. It's usually very clean. But man, people are out in the street 6, 8 in the morning shooting up heroin, selling dope right in broad daylight. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. But again, this is American marketing and American capitalism. We have to remember, those of us that are in this thing of ours, that we are in this world, but not of this world. We're in this world, but not of this world. So when everybody's getting triggered by this and that, the goal is to not get emotional, because your emotions are going for, now that we've talked, now that we've had this discussion, your emotions are going towards better things. Your daydreams you got bigger desires now. You got desires to become a better man. You got desires to become a better person, a better conversationalist. You have desires to connect with people on a different level. You have desires to influence people positively. You have desires, so when you go into Walgreens and the person at the register has an attitude, your desire is not to match their attitude and become low vibrational. Your desire is to crack a joke. Your desire is to make them feel better, because making them feel better is also going to make you feel better. Your desire, instead of being stingy, instead of not wanting to give anybody $1, instead of not wanting to, help out somebody, your desire is now to become more helpful. Your desire is, and this is not to say that you don't want to protect yourself or you're not using discernment, but that's part of your desire as well, to be more discerning, to learn from your past. Whatever situation, whatever relationship issues you had in the past with your baby daddy, baby mama, past relationships, you attracted them. You did that. You brought them. You opened your legs. You put your penis in. Nobody did that but you. They knew it was no gun to your head. So you have to realize you attracted that. And you have to go back and look at those relationships, Libra season relationships, look at those relationships, might need to write those relationships out. And a lot of times you will see a through line in these failed relationships. You'll see the same components. For instance, there was a point in time that I was just picking out narcissists. And I didn't understand why I was picking out narcissists. And I had to realize there was part of myself where I did not feel worthy. There was part of myself where I did not feel like the man, like the God that I know I am, like the king that I know I am. I did not feel that way. So therefore, people saw that potential in me. People saw that I had those qualities. And the narcissist is basically an energy vampire. So they just take. And when you give your all, you know what I'm saying, and you're drained, they're like, fuck it, we gonna move on. Because I didn't drain this motherfucker till now he was a strong, upright man or woman, you know what I'm saying, shining exemplar of a man or woman, and now I done brought this person down to a piece of shit. Now I don't want them, and I done took everything from them. So, again, you have to, and the way you build discernment in relationships with people is looking at your past and being real with the people you chose, being real with where you made the wrong decisions, being real where you need to change, being real where you need to adjust. See, this magic game is simple. This occult game is simple. Yeah, there's techniques. Yeah, there's tips. Yeah, there's different candles and different herbs and, you know what I'm saying, scrying and mandalas and motherfucking crystals and all this shit, right? But all these things, as I always say, is in Batman's tool belt. But Batman gotta fight the Joker, right? He got the tool belt, but he's the one who has to physically fight the Joker with the tools. He has to know when to use the tools, how to use the tools, and what situation he needs to use the tools. Some tools need a batarang, some tools need a smoke, sometimes you need a smoke bombs, sometimes you need to use, what else Batman got? Them shits where he throw on people and he shocked the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Batman got all type of shit in that belt, right? There's different tools for different things, and that's what all these things are, the crystals, the herbs, the candles, the mantras, even the visualizations. All these things are designed to get you to your to energy, frequency, and vibration. That is the key to this shit. The electromagnetic field, the auric field, creating that auric field on a day-to-day basis. And yes, there are going to times where you're going to feel down. There's times where you're going to feel depressed. There's times where you're going to feel stressed. This is part of it. It's part of the game. I don't care what occultist is out there. I challenge any one of y'all to tell me y'all ain't never feel stressed out. Y'all ain't never feel depressed. That's probably what you got into this game as being stressed out and depressed, or going through something where you need something and you were looking for answers, right? But the goal is for that to not be a continuous through line or something that is repetitious. You shouldn't be stressed out every day. You shouldn't be yelling every day. You shouldn't be angry more times than you're not. You know what I'm saying? You should be happy more times than you're not. You shouldn't be stressed more times than you're not. You know what I'm saying? Stress, depression, anxiety, these things should be things that are lessened in your life as you come into doing this spiritual work. Before I started doing the spiritual work, I'd be depressed for months. Little things, trigger, months. Now this shit is days, weeks. You know what I'm saying? And this, honestly, this last, I was in the cave for maybe 4 or 5 weeks, was the longest in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I realized it's because I was in a bad relationship and I brought back some bad habits that I had kind of got over when I was doing the work. I brought back some bad habits and I was trying to mask those bad habits and mask it with doing other things, which I won't get into. But, you know, that brought me into this place. But it was much less this time because, again, the universe brought me different tools, and it only took two things: an Abraham Hicks video and a motherfucking Pharoah Sanders Harvest Time song. And that set off a chain of events to where I remember who the fuck I was and how powerful the fuck I am. And these things will make you remember how powerful the fuck you are too. Don't nobody tell you who you are, what you are, and who you can be. You're the God out here. This reality, this world, this 3D, it ain't nothing but atoms vibrating at a slow motherfucking level. This whole planet is low vibrational. This shit is a fucking recycling plant. Nothing here is permanent. Nothing here stays. Nothing here is the same. Everything transforms and changes and dies and comes back to life again. This planet is a fucking recycling can. It's a recycling can for souls. So the things in this world that they want us to aspire to be and that they want us to aspire to get don't even mean shit. The only reason these pilgrims and these Europeans, right, want to acquire so much in this and this and this and this and that is because they think that this is their only life, here on earth. Those of us that know better, and again, there's nothing wrong with having nice things and this and this and this and that. I'm not saying that. But the reason they'll cut people's throat and throw people under the bus and manipulate your emotions and have these secret societies and these fraternities with people black and white, right, take oaths and things like that, is because they think that this is the only life. The earth is the only plane. But this ain't shit. Anybody who's ever properly tripped on mushrooms, when I say properly tripped, I mean this reality dissolved and you've seen past the veil, or if you've meditated and you've gone into the void, and the void is just pitch darkness where you're not really thinking about, where there's no thoughts, it's just silence, and you understand how the universe was created, and the universe was created for the creator to experience itself in multitudes. When you really understand that this world isn't shit, just a playground for your emotions and your imagination, that's when things become realer. My big mushroom trip, and I'm not at, it's up to you if you want to fuck with mushrooms or not. I'm not saying you have to or whatever. I'm just saying one of the things that helped me. Meditation has also helped me see this too. But my big mushroom trip, and where I wanted the mushroom to take me, and it took me there, and the mushroom, those of you who are taking mushrooms too, and I encourage you, if you do take mushrooms, to listen to jazz. Pharoah Sanders, Sun Ra, Alice Coltrane. That will take you to where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. There's fun. People laugh, and I'm not saying I never did it for that either, to laugh and relaxation and stuff like that. But there's a deeper purpose, and the psilocybin in the mushrooms will literally take you to another place, and you will realize that this planet is not what you think it is. This veil, this sky, this water, this earth, it ain't shit compared to what's on the other side. Compared to you being a free floating spirit, to where your energy is floating like the wind. Astral travel, where your spirit body is floating through space. Not this physical structure, this 3D shit, this avatar. And I'm not saying neglect your body or neglect the physical world, because we are left and right. Left is dealing with the physical, the right is dealing with the spiritual. So you got to nurture both. This is why I talk about health and eating right. You know what I'm saying? And getting some help, because you need to be able to emote. You need to be able to push forth certain energy. But if you got mad pig in your body, if you done ate 4 burgers all day, you know what I'm saying, filled with toxins, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be very tough, because you're fighting off not only the abuse of the animal that you've eaten, but you're fighting off the toxins that they've pumped into these animals that you're eating. So it's weighing your body down. It's fucking up your gut bacteria, which controls the serotonin that goes through your brain. Your serotonin is what controls your mood. So you may be a person that's stressed out all the time, right? And what you really need is some motherfucking hibiscus tea. What you really need is some motherfucking horsetail. What you really need is to clean out your motherfucking kidneys. You might need some tea. You might need to fast. You might need to detox if you're stressed out and angry all the time and got issues with people all the time. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was fucking with somebody and I'm like, yo, why you always arguing and fighting with your friends? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't live with the person or whatever. And it turns out, man, when I finally went to this person's house, they had all type of chips and this they were eating and that they were eating. But this motherfucker could tell you about this person was smart as hell. I mean, book knowledge, phenomenal. Could tell you dates in history and when the Moors came and when the Pilgrims came. Phenomenal. But did not have good relationships with friends, and eventually me and him, me and them fell out. You understand? So this is my cue. I've been on here for an hour and a half. I don't want to make this too long. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. And maybe somebody who's depressed needs to hear this. Maybe somebody that's stressed out needs to hear this. Maybe somebody that's going through something needs to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody in your family needs to hear this. And I try to make this, and I'm making this, and Spirit is making me channel this as simple as possible. I'm using various examples that can help you. And it's really about feeling. It's really about emoting. Melanated people, you're emotional, highly emotional for a reason. But the thing is, we don't have emotional intelligence, so we don't know how to direct it. We don't know how to get along with each other. We don't trust each other because we're burning each other left and right. Burning each other left and right. How many scammers have recently been exposed in the community, in this quote-unquote conscious community, the spiritual community? How many scammers have been exposed? Because we're not emoting the things that we want to manifest. And we are looking at other people as they got the answers. They got the answers. Everybody that you follow is just guides. They're just a tree with fruit. You take the fruit, you take the guidance, but you live your own life. You follow your own path. You take what you need, your mentorship, you take what you need, but you still follow your own path because there's no other you. There's no other you. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care if you have a twin brother, twin sister. They're not you. Those of you who once know red, blue pill, you see they're two different type of niggas. Red pill is a different type of nigga. Blue pill is a different type of nigga. There's nobody that's you. You have your own path, your own goals, your own desire, your own way of life. And the only way you're going to get there is starting with your affirmations, what you say to yourself on a day-to-day basis. And I always say start with the morning. Because as soon as you wake up, guess what? That's a representation of you coming out the womb again. It's a representation of you being born again. Every day you wake up and you see that sunrise, you being born again. And you have the opportunity to do it all over again. So in the mornings you wake up, have that intention. If you need to write it out, write it out. Some people are better at writing it out. Me, myself, I think it through. But if you need to write it out, there's some days I write it out. You know what I'm saying? Have your visualization. Project yourself into your day, into your future, the things that you want to see manifest. Will it happen the first day? Maybe not. Will it happen the second day? Maybe not. Right? But the more you imagine bad shit happening all the time, right? You imagine a bad reality happening even though it's not happening. You imagine the aliens coming. You imagine the government coming. You imagine all this negative shit. Your girl cheating on you, your man cheating on you, right? Want to go through their phone. You imagine all that shit and it's not happening. So why not imagine something that's going to benefit you, something positive, something quote unquote unrealistic. Everything in this material world can be measured. I put this on Instagram today. Anything that is in this material world can be measured. It could be defined. In this 3D world, you can measure it, you could define it, and even if it's wrong, you could rationalize it, right? You could come up with clever words like transphobia. You come up with clever words like transphobia and punching down and, cisgender and shit like that, right? But the inside is infinite. The inner self, The shadow self is infinite. That is the dark matter, the dark energy of the universe. That is where your emotional energy comes from. That darkness within. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, fellas and ladies, you ever meet somebody that has, you know, this outside structure looks so, you meet somebody and they cool or whatever, the outside structure looks so reserved and they look so, you know, they might be well-mannered and well-groomed, and you know what I'm saying, you get them behind closed doors and you know what I'm saying, you might be having sex or whatever and they're just a sexual demon. You know what I'm saying, they just a stone cold freak. And you like, damn, I didn't even see that coming. You know what I'm saying, I didn't even know that this person was like this. Shit, they wear glasses and Birkenstocks. You know what I'm saying, only wears long dresses and you know what I'm saying, keeps their neck covered and shit like that. You didn't expect it. Because we all have a shadow. We all have parts of ourselves that we don't show to the world, and that is who we truly are. That is what we truly are. And the more we tap into that darkness, the more what we truly are comes to the surface. And the more what we truly are comes to the surface, the more what we truly are will reflect out into this three-dimensional world and out into the multi-dimensional reality. So what if, like Marvel, what if you created a new timeline today? Create a new timeline, write it out, but what you want to look like. And from now until the full moon, every day, as unrealistic as it could be, every day charge it up. Have a time on your phone, put reminders on your ride home from work, on your ride to work, on your walk to pick up the kids, on your ride to pick up the kids. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do during the day, during your daydreams, when you're cooking, when you're in the shower. These times when you have silence, when you're taking a shit, have a scenario and feel that scenario. Feel it. Watch what's happening. And this is the time, because we're going into a big full moon. We're going into Scorpio season. Shout out to all the Scorpios. No lighter, sir. Shout out to all the Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio. So shout out to all the Scorpios. We coming, baby. You know what I'm saying? We coming. Our season's coming. But, you know what I'm saying? That's all about the darkness. That's all about the mysteries anyway. So you want to be tuned up for the next 2 weeks. So when the mysteries come up, Halloween, All Saints Day, you know what I'm saying? It's very time when all the ancestors are being honored. You know what I'm saying? All of the spirit world is being honored. You want to be in tune and in vibration so you could get that assistance. So you could prepare yourself, because really this time is really preparing you for the winter solstice. It's really a time about cutting shit off, getting shit together, getting yourself right, and preparing yourself for the winter solstice. Because the winter solstice is really big time. It's really, winter solstice is the biggest time on Earth. The winter solstice is between December 21st and the 24th. That's where Christmas comes from. I'm not going to get into the science. That's for when I'm sitting down on my computer and I can show y'all stuff. I don't really, that again, this is a stream of consciousness communication. You know what I'm saying? But you want to, this is harvest time. So what are you harvesting? It's not about harvesting. What are you harvesting in the soil of your soul? What are you harvesting in the soil of your soul for 2022? You know what I'm saying? All the candles on the books, on the knowledge is great. But words ain't never save a goddamn soul. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge ain't never saved a goddamn soul. Understanding has. Experience has. I don't want somebody who went to medical school and graduated cum laude or whatever and graduated with honors, and it's his first day in medical school and he's doing a heart transplant. I don't want that person to operate on me. I want the doctor who did go to medical school, did graduate with honors, and did maybe 5 to 10 years of heart transplants. Because not only does he have the knowledge, he or she has the experience. So the experience is where the emotions create your reality. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I hope I'm not talking around. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. I'm not using big words. You know what I'm saying? I hope, y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I really want y'all to get this. I hope this message really hits a lot of y'all, because I know a lot of people are going through it. I know the people that I've been talking to, that even in the spiritual community, I talked to some occultists as well. They've been going through it. You know, I've been going through it. But these tools have really been helping me. This practice that I'm telling y'all about is a practice that I'm doing myself. It's been helping me, and hopefully it can help you. You know what I'm saying? But again, spiritual work, this is that. Spiritual work is work. It's not just going to come to you. It's work. So you got to put in the mental work. You got to put in the emotional work. You got to put in the visual work. You got to put in the imaginative work, along with the different tools, the baths, the candles, burning, you know what I'm saying, burning money, following the moons, following the equinoxes, following the solstices, honoring your ancestors, you know what I'm saying, putting out bowls of food and things like that. All those things are add-ons. But it all starts here. The universe is mental, okay? The Kabbalion. Mentalism, vibration, polarity, gender, what else? Gender, mentalism, vibration, polarity, gender, cause and effect, correspondence. There's one more, I forget right now. But again, the first law is mentalism. It all starts here. Mind moves matter. Matter doesn't move mind. But in America, matter moves mind. And that's what they want you to feel. That everything outside matters more than your mind. Matters rhythm. Thank you, Straight Panther. Rhythm. Perfect timing. Rhythm. The vibration of your rhythm. Right? That's what matters more than anything. That's what matters. Your rhythm, your vibe, your energy. You can feel people's vibes. You go to places and feel the vibes. That's what matters more than anything. All right, y'all. Take my ass home. But I want to get this message out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all out here trying to become better people. I need you. We need you. You know what I'm saying? The world needs you. Shine your light. Shine your light. You know what I'm saying? Be a light bearer. Don't think you have to be a motherfucking terror out here and a demon. Now, there's demon time for niggas that deserve demon time. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to tap into that shit too. There's times where you got to, you know what I'm saying, be aggressive and brisk. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we in that frequency more than we need to be. And it comes from the environments that we come from. Those of us that come from the hood and things like that. Right? But, you know what I'm saying? Now we're in a period, we're in a renaissance period where things are changing, where the vibration is changing. We went from 4G to 5G. You know what I'm saying? The towers have changed for cell phone reception. We got the Roni out here in effect. That's changed the vibration, right? These mandates have changed the vibration. Everything is different. So we got to become different as well. And being a light bearer in a world, being a person of spirit in a world of matter, right? In a third dimensional world, being a fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional being, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's work. You know what I'm saying? It's work. But at the end of the day, not only will you feel better, not only will you look much prettier, much more handsome, not only will you bag women, bag men that you really want, have a crew of people around you that are supportive, loving, that wanna, you know what I'm saying, see you win. Not only will that become more of your lifestyle, not only will you connect with strangers that really want to see you win, you know what I'm saying, but overall your life will become better. You'll be less stressed out, you'll be less depressed, you'll be less anxious. And if you are depressed, stressed, and anxious, definitely look for tools, you know what I'm saying, that'll help you. I'm giving you some, but again, enhance your tool belt. Enhance your Batman tool belt. Learn to meditate, though, because meditation will get you there. All right, y'all. I said I was going to leave now. Peace, power, and prosperity.